If you believe this message complete, watch this. I knew you before the world ever saw you, before you ever heard your name spoken by a human being. I noticed you. Your name wasn't just a sound. It was inscribed with the ink of eternity on my heart. In the vast scheme of creation, you were neither an afterthought nor a last-minute idea. No, dear, you've always been deliberate. People have always desired you. I return you to the mystery of the cross today, not only to its remembrance. I ask you to listen to the age-old voice that continues to reverberate across silence, blood, and time. This moment, this very moment, was put in motion long before you clicked, opened, or listened, even if you may not have noticed it yet. It's not arbitrary. With hands still displaying the wounds of love, it is salvation reaching out for you once again. Type 111 if you are ready to welcome God's blessings. Today, I have been softly and diligently drawing you through. Every pain you have experienced, every silence you have been unable to express, and every unsolved question you have held. Here you are now, and here I am. It was meant to be. I'm sure you've felt it. That inward rumbling, that nagging pain, that no amount of achievement could quell, that no diversion could erase. That is not your failure, my darling. I am that when you hear the sound of home. Your spirit awakens. You were designed to do more than survive, not just knows more than consent. Above and beyond performance, your soul is remembering that desire inside of you, that silent tunnies you sometimes attempt to get away from. It involves remembering who you are and, more importantly, who you belong to. It's the start of a comeback, a return to the bright truth of my presence, not to religion or regulations. This is what you were made for me, for a love you don't have to work for a tranquility independent of the exact alignment of circumstances, for a reason that endures, even when everything around you crumbles. Pause then, dear. Take a minute to calm the tornado inside of you. Type 222 if you know God's love is endless. Your love and support mean everything to us as we continue sharing God's message of hope, faith, and blessings. If this message has touched your heart, we humbly invite you to show your gratitude by giving at least $120 super thanks each month. Your generosity helps us create more uplifting content that inspires souls and brings people closer to God. By clicking the super thanks button below, you're not just supporting our work, you're becoming a part of this divine mission to spread God's love to those who need it most. Thank you for your kindness. Stay blessed, stay joyful, and may God's grace always be with you. Take a breath, feel the wonder and weight of this fact. The cross was never intended to represent shame and guilt. It has always been a statement of love, and always will be. Bleeding love, broken love. Love that even after you stopped listening, continue to speak your name amid the pain. Throughout your life you have heard a lot of voices, some harsh, some hollow, and some loud. They have made demands of you, defined you according to false criteria, and warped your self-perception. However, none of them have been as burdened with everlasting truth as I am. I'm talking to you again, but this time in a whisper, rather than a yell or an angry tone. Because genuine love may be heard without shouting. Its tenderness brings forth, in a single breath it conveys infinity. Your name is still spoken by the cross, and that sound is now rousing your spirit. Remembering what occurred to me on that hill so many years ago isn't the only reason for this. This is about acknowledging what is now taking. On inside you, I'm not far from you. You're not too shattered, too lost, or too late. Even if your prayers have become mute, even if you feel numb, and even if you question if I still care, know that I do. I always have. I am rekindling the fires you believed had long since died. With these few words today, you don't have to push yourself to be revived. All you have to do is let my whisper speak to you once again. If you believe in the power of faith, type 333 and like this video. The cross seemed feeble to the world for a purpose. I chose surrender over show for a reason. I wasn't here to make an impression. I come to get you. I experienced your human suffering, your physical weakness, and the brokenness of death, in order for you to eventually become like me. I changed to become like you, in order for you to hear my voice once again. I assumed the quiet. I suffered separation in order to repair you. The pulse of redemption is this. Your name was inscribed on my soul as I passed away. When I arose, I exalted it with life, fire, and unwavering love. It's me then. If you feel that flash now, that sudden warmth, that knot in your neck, that odd knowing, not a recollection, not a tale, me alive close. Muttering your name, I'll keep whispering too. You forgot via the texts, through prayers for which you have no more words, by means of worship that emanates from your wounded areas, until your spirit stops racing and turns toward me. I will not stop talking. I'll be here, exactly here, when it does now get near. Let the waking start. Let your eyes drop the curtain again. Let your name reverberate through the quiet. The whispering cross continues. It also whispers to you, type Amen. If you are ready to receive God's blessings today, I reached for you before you even considered reaching for me. I had already implemented every strategy and action to return you to a place where your spirit could once again breathe freely. Before you ever thought about looking for me, you've spent so much time thinking that you had to earn your identity. You believed that your value rested on your ability to do everything perfectly. But based on your performance, I never liked you. I adored you because of where you came from. I created you, I infused your lungs with my own vitality. Furthermore, I have never once seen you through the prism of your errors. Mercy is how I view you. It's from eternity that I address you. Before the world could ever call you by your shortcomings, I called you by the name I gave you. You have experienced times when you have attempted to reinterpret who you are in terms of accomplishments, titles, and responsibilities that others may praise or validate. However, none of those classifications ever really applied, did they? They were never intended to capture the whole of who you are, not because you weren't worthy enough to wear them. Applause was never intended to be your life. Identity is what you were created to live by. You weren't made to seek praise. You were made to live with the assurance that you were already selected. You don't need to make an effort to be noticed. Long before anybody else knew your identity, you were scene type for 144. If you are ready to welcome God's miracles into your life, I've delighted in keeping watch over you, even in your most secret, intimate locations. Delight indeed, even if you have doubts. Even after you fell, even while you kept yourself hidden, I didn't look away. I am aware that you sometimes question if I had turned my face away. Sometimes it seemed like your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling, not because the agony had subsided, but because you were so tired that your tears dried up. Someone didn't have to repair you. All you needed to know was that I was still close. I was too. In the quiet I sat with you. In the pain I hung over you. I shared your grief by crying too. When others left, I remained. When you broke apart, I remained. Those who abandoned you, when you were no longer helpful, were not like me. I'm not like others who just momentarily and conditionally loved you. I remain. You've held shame for things that didn't belong to you. You wish you had done more, spoken more, or been stronger as you relive the past. But pay attention, dear. I'm not asking that you relive your regrets. I want you to let them go. You can't go back and change yesterday. However, you have a choice in where you go today. Type 555. If you believe God is working in your life right now, and from now on, if you allow me to, I will guide you not by condemnation, but by grace. Grace that heals rather than excuses your scars. Grace that rewrites your history into redemption. Rather than ignoring it, I can work with your honesty. Says grace, what shame attempted to bury, I can revive where guilt has erected barriers. I may bring life. I want you to view yourself, not through the eyes of the world, but as I do, not by the falsehoods of fear, not through the murmurs of defeat. I perceive an unrealized potential and a soul. I see a survivor who is now being urged to do more than just survive. I saw a heart that continued to emerge even when no one applauded or took attention. I recognize you've become used to surviving. I know you were created for resurrection. Nevertheless, holding everything in is not true strength. It's giving up to the one who can really bear everything. You believe that you won't feel alive again until everything has calmed down. However, I'm waiting on your consent, not your circumstances. I knock while standing at the door. I'm not expecting you to be flawless. I'm requesting authorization type 6. 66 if you trust God to guide your path. I'm not searching for well-written responses. Real presence is what I'm after. It's not necessary for you to tidy up beforehand. Simply come sit with me once again. Allow me to reintroduce you to the version of yourself that was created for happiness, life, and love. I want to walk with you as a friend, even if you already know me as your Savior. I want to show you my fatherly love, even though you have called me Lord. This has nothing to do with religion. This has to do with coming back. Performance is not the point here. This has to do with being present. Give all you've carried to me where you've buried. Let me heal, let me adore you for who you are, beautiful, messy, and true. I'm sure you've questioned why the agony had to go on for so long. Why did I permit the valleys, the responsibilities, and the quiet, if I really loved you? And I have heard every mumbled plea and every agonized scream. Anguish is not evidence of my absence. Sometimes, the only thing that can get to the core of your being is suffering. I created space for the purpose you asked for. I took away the things you relied on when you called out for more trust. Type 777 if you trust in God's plan for your future. I removed the distractions when you requested more closeness. It wasn't a penalty, it was getting ready. I was there through all the betrayals, sorrows, and valleys. I shared your tears, I remained with you. I didn't look away, and the cross still speaks today. My darling, your name is whispered. You feel at home. There it calls you to awaken as well as to recall, to become free, not only to feel better. I continue to whisper, still open, still affectionate, to affirm your trust in God. Type 888 and like this video. Get near, let the waking start again. Let your name reverberate across forever. I own you and you shall remain forever. Please subscribe to support our channel. and turn on bell notification.